So things are really gaining momentum here. We have a new member of the Discord working on this project with great enthusiasm. Yuki is pretty good at Rust and working on the Rust implementation, some ideas for WebAssembly support, all kinds of awesome ideas and stuff going on there. LT Strange is working on the synthesizer still, and I'm going to be poking around with the GUI in this one, I think, depending on how far Yuki gets along. But first, I'm going to create a pull request for my create Tauri app branch, which was the entire last video, and I'm just going to go ahead and merge it in. Welcome back to plaintext-daw with PageKey Tech. So we took a little break. I am brushing up on my Rust, preparing to make the big leap into Rust for this project. So we have this so far. It's a little Tauri app. Doesn't do too much yet, but that's about it. In this lesson, I just want to dip my toes in, even though I'm still quite the novice at Rust. See what I can do, maybe do a little test-driven development, figure out how that workflow goes, and we'll see where it takes us, just in the spirit of keeping this series alive, even while I'm learning Rust. If you're new here, this is PageKey Tech. My name is Steve, and we're building services and products that we all use every day to understand them better and to take back tech. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm overlapping a bit with the Rust book, but I'll probably come back to this, but I added instructions to the README on how to run tests and how to run the development server. So you have to be in the source Tauri server to run these tests, but the test example provided by the Rust book is here. It just adds two numbers, doesn't actually execute any code. So I'd love to actually use a function in my code. Let's see if we can do that. So it turns out I can just throw the test in here without specifying a test module. Not sure why that was necessary, but okay, so the test's passing. Okay, so I also added the syscall thing. We just do ls/la and we're good to go. So I'll commit that as well. Okay, so as we've done before, I added a button for opening a project. I tied it in the JS to a JavaScript function. All that JavaScript function does is invoke the Tauri or the Rust function, which we have here. It's just printing a line opening. So what I'd like to do is have this actually open a file dialog next. Let's see if we can make that happen. So apparently there's a JavaScript API for this. We don't even have to do it in Rust. So I just have to enable it in the Tauri configuration JSON file. And so we get some errors trying to import the Tauri stuff. So that's not good. I think I might have made a mistake by making this vanilla JavaScript instead of something that would be able to handle this. So I might have to regenerate this project eventually. For now, let's see if we can do it in Rust. Look at this, we got a little, oop, what a cute little noise. So I didn't really know how to use a Rust crate. Somebody linked the dialog API and I figured out you can copy the import and then paste that here. And then if you import something like this, whatever's at the end there, you can use, but I had to use these double colons. I guess that was also the case for command. I tried to use dot and it yelled at me. Also, I figured out that I had to add Tauri-API to my cargo toml file. Once I did that, it worked. So let's see if I can change this to a file picker instead of a message. Okay, I got the file picker working. We just say select. You can pass some options that I just left blank. Default starting location and matcher for the files. We should probably make that .yaml. But then if it works, well, if it doesn't work, first of all, you just print that it failed. If it does work, we print something after, and then we get a response, and the response can be any of these three. So if it's okay, it just says user chose path. If it's okay multiple, it prints multiple paths. And then if they hit cancel, prints cancel. So if we show it, and we select just any old file, it prints out the path, the full path to that file. So there should be enough that we can take that full path to the file and plug it in to our system call that we have here. And theoretically, we could have this GUI use the Python backend to render a song that you pick using the GUI. So let's see if we can make that happen, and then we'll be at a good stopping spot. Okay, so this was surprisingly easy. If we go into the test folder, so we hit open file in our app, right? Open project. And then I go find one of the test songs. We'll go for song 3, song.yaml, and there's actually already a song.wave file here, so I'll remove it. And there's one in the Tauri folder too, because, or maybe the source Tauri folder, wherever it's running from. Okay, perfect. So we do song.yaml and it generates it. There it is, song.wave. And if we open it, right here. Perfect. So I'm going to call that a video. We can start working towards visualizing the song using this GUI. We can remove some of the boilerplate. The world is our oyster at this point. We have linked in all the work that we did in Python. It's now accessible from this GUI. And, you know, others have started the long process of actually parsing plaintext-daw files in Rust. I might take an attempt at that as well. But the big thing is we can invoke what we already have through Rust, which is exciting to me. So I'm going to call that a video. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Blah, blah, blah. Like and subscribe if you are interested. And of course, join the Discord to get involved in this project because we need your help. Please come help us. Thank you and have a nice day.